I am representing ACM student chapter at Ahmedabad University, and our question is, how can we bridge the gap between academia and industry to better support the career development of students from diverse backgrounds?
So as a professor, I do get to see kids coming from a wide range of backgrounds coming into my classes. I've seen many kids who come in who never did computer science before college. And I've also seen kids who, you know, started taking graduate courses their freshman year at college. They've been exposed to computer science in middle school and early high school. A couple of them even engaged in research in high school and wrote papers. So the first thing I want to say is, it's not required to be exposed to computer science prior to college in order to do well, but it certainly doesn't hurt. So maybe item number one would be more exposure. To give you one anecdote, I was once invited to give a talk to the USACO training camp, summer training camp in 2020. USACO stands for the USA Computing Olympiad. So this is the organization that runs national competitions in programming for high school students to ultimately select a team of 4 high school students to represent the United States in the IOI, the International Olympiad for Informatics, like the Olympics of programming for high school students. And prior to giving that presentation, I looked up on the USACO website and just tried to get a sense of the demographics of these students, where they're coming from. And I looked at 10 years worth of data of kids who not necessarily made the team, but made it to the step right before making it to the team. Namely, they made it to the kind of the finals, where they were invited to a summer camp to do the team selection. And what I noticed was these kids were not representative of America broadly. So almost half the states in America, I can't remember if it was 24 or 26 states, had no one make it to that camp in 10 years. Meanwhile, more than a third of the kids, much more than a third, came from California. It was like 60 kids came from California in that decade. Of those 60, 57 were from the Bay Area. And of those 57, all but one were from the South Bay, like the heart of Silicon Valley, Sunnyvale, San Jose, Palo Alto, etc. Like only one was from the rest of the Bay Area, like San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland, East Bay, etc. So I don't think that, obviously, a large fraction of the talent in America amongst high school kids is not in a 5-mile radius in Silicon Valley, right? It's just that those kids were exposed and had training opportunities that other kids didn't have. So the first thing I would say is, pre-college, we need to do better at exposing kids broadly across the nation and making sure kids have good educational opportunities in computer science. And then once kids get into college, the second thing I'll mention is just an understanding of what research is. Again, just like exposure, right? So you have some kids who, as I mentioned, come into college knowing what research is, try to get involved in research freshman fall. And then by the time senior fall comes around to apply to grad schools, they've had 3 years of research under their belt, right? They've had freshman, sophomore, junior year of research under their belt, and a little bit more from a little bit of fall. And then a lot of students come into college having no idea what research is. Maybe they don't try to get involved in it until junior year. And then when it comes time to apply to grad school, they have 6 months or less of research experience. And one of the main things that helps your application when you apply is research experience, like evidence of research potential. So I think we need to get better at exposure, making students in universities aware of what research is and how grad school works, and also providing research opportunities to undergraduates.